Hey, hello. Welcome to episode number 28 of the People We Love podcast. I am Adam Choit. How are you guys doing? So this week's something that I love is my Swiffer sweeper. Easier than mopping with a bucket of water. I got the wet cloths, I got the dry cloths for the Swiffer. I use both of them. This isn't a paid ad for Swiffer Sweeper or anything like that, just so you know. But Robert Swiffer or his partner Tom Sweeper are more than welcome to reach out to me and we can talk more. But anyway, real quickly, my website is peoplewelovepodcast.com. That's peoplewelovepodcast.com. Please tap subscribe or follow on whatever platform you listen to podcasts on as well. 5-star reviews on iTunes are always helpful. And there's also a private Facebook group called the People We Love Podcast Group. So check that out. And that's enough of that. So today's guest is comedian, writer, actor, Avra Friedman. That's Ah-vra like avocado, not Avra or Avra like abracadabra. That's Ah-vra like avocado. Originally from outside San Francisco. These days she's making things happen here in Los Angeles. She's been on TV, she's doing stand-up all over the city, and she's even opened for Tim Allen. She's a fast talker, a hard worker, and is constantly on the go. But way back when, she grew up on Saturday Night Live, and her all-time favorite cast member is the hilarious Kristen Wiig. And Avra thanks Kristen for the inspiration. So let's just do this. Without further ado, here's Avra Friedman. Well, it's good to see you today, Avra Friedman. Thank you for stopping by the studio. I appreciate it.
It's good to see you too. Thank you for having me.
Oh, anytime. So what's been going on? What are you up to today? What have you been up to today?
Oh my gosh. Today I did a little work from home. I went and did a self-tape and now I am here. I also had some really excellent veggie grill, which I really recommend, and that is not a sponsored thing. So just veggie grill's great.
They're welcome to sponsor.
Oh, they are welcome. We are.
Oh, they're welcome to.
We'd love to have them. Yeah.
What is this self tape? Just an audition of yourself?
Oh yeah,
that you send out?
It's an audition. Like instead of going in the room for the audition, you self tape. Like you yourself tape it at home without like having a casting person there. You can do it at home, or there's like a billion places you can go in LA. I was going to do it at home because I didn't need a reader. It was a hosting audition. But there was crazy construction outside my window, and I was like, no one will be able to hear me. So I had to go to a place.
Going right, like what's happening right now?
Like this giant plane, but it was like 70 times worse. So I was like, this is not going to work. So I had to go do that. Yeah.
And it was for hosting.
Yeah, like a host of like a late night show. Not like a fancy one, but like a
non-fancy one.
A non that sounded so like, and I'm Conan now. Yeah. No, but more like an internet
I got you.
New media
that's
type
cool.
of,
Well, good luck with that.
Thank you. We never know.
Yeah, that's right. You got to keep, like I was saying, saying before we started recording, just throwing shit at the wall.
Exactly. Like just keep trying, and eventually someone will say yes or see you or all the ways. We just don't
grinding. We're grinding.
So much grinding.
So before we got today, why don't you tell me your life story and start from birth?
My life story. I was born, I do not remember it, Northern California, right outside San Francisco. That's where I grew up. Childhood was mostly good, but I always wanted to be an actor, and my parents were kind of like, well, my dad was like, whatever, but he wasn't like going to be helpful with that. And then my mom was like, oh, no, like, you're not going to be an actor. And I was like, no, like, I want to be one right now. Like, can I be an actor? And my mom was like, oh, no, like, my daughter, like, sorry.
So you wanted to be a child actor?
Yeah. I wanted to just, like, act right away. Like, yeah. Like, since I was, like, 6, I remember being like, I have to.
Wow.
Like, hello, where am I auditioning? Like, somebody help me. Like, I need to do this. And, it's like, I understand, like, my mom was like, this is, like, not a good business. And it's not. And, like, it's especially, like, why would you get your kids in it? Like, you shouldn't. If anyone's listening and they're getting their kids in it, like, make sure they want to. I wanted to, so it was a different thing. Yeah, I really wanted to. But my mom was like, ooh, it's probably safer, like, not to do that. And then, and then I always wanted to it. And she was like, oh, but you're so good at so many things. Like, be a lawyer, be this, be like a normal person.
Not when you were 6 years old, you weren't good at being a lawyer. You're talking about later.
No, later. But
this
like high school.
This was an ongoing argument from ages 6 through
18.
About
17,
about
I guess.
You performing and wanting to be for an actor. Acting for the screen or just theater or anything.
Like anything.
And they were resistant to you doing this.
Like my dad was like, sure, whatever you want, but like wasn't gonna help. Like I was like, I need an agent. So like who's getting that? Who's responsible for that? And then my dad was like, yeah, whatever. And then my mom was like, no. Which, like, I don't blame anyone, but, like,
Yeah.
sad times wanting to do
Oh, my
something that you
goodness.
can't do. I know. So I did, like, plays, like, for kids, like kids theater, whatever, with other kids. But it was just, like, that was not enough. No way.
Yeah, that's so that sounds like, is that your parents' only blemish, is not being
That's their
enough?
only.
That's
yeah.
their only,
Oh no, they're like very good people. Like I
yeah.
had a very
They fucked up
nice,
in this area.
Fucked up in that, but I had a good childhood,
area.
and they
Yeah.
are good people.
They're
and
coming around, I bet.
And now I feel so supported, and that's amazing because then you know I know a lot of people who like their parents are like, well, good luck, and my parents are like, no, we really hope, like, actually good luck, like, please, like.
No, that's nice. That's
Yeah.
nice, but. Yeah, my parents, they wouldn't let me play football, but that was because they didn't want me to get
hurt.
My head cracked open,
Yeah.
and I'm 5'7", I'm 140, whatever it is. Like,
Oh yeah.
They probably,
Did you ever get to play? Did they ever end up letting you?
not like high school or super
Okay.
organized or anything like that. But
Do you feel bad about it still?
no, they were right.
Okay.
I would have got. I don't know.
Because I'm like, my parents weren't right. Like, here I am. Like, and people are like, well, if they had let you, maybe you wouldn't want to now. And I was like, maybe that's fine. Like, maybe I'd be better off. But
Yeah, I still want to be a football player.
Oh, wait, do you actually?
No, well, I mean, no.
Like, that'd be great.
Yeah, that would be cool. I'll be
Yeah.
a kicker.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not good at kicking.
Did
but
you play other sports?
I played baseball and
Oh, yeah.
hockey. I mean, not like varsity or any of these things. But
Wait,
you know.
I feel like hockey's dangerous.
Yeah, but I did play high school for a little while, and then I got hurt doing that. That too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you survived.
But I survived,
Yeah,
and I'm
you
still
survived.
here.
It's not about my
Oh,
failed
sorry.
sports journey.
Failed sports. No, I survived, and I'm still here, and I still have the same level of like, I must do this as I did when I was all the ages, 6 to now. Won't tell you.
Do you feel like you have it even more so because you weren't allowed to? So like that kind of stuck with you?
I know, that's
that
like-
you appreciate it more. Or you're more hardcore in your pursuits of.
I don't know. I just never, like, I don't remember ever a time in my life where I was like, yeah, maybe I'll act, maybe I won't. It's always just been like, I must, like,
What
be
were
a
you watching when you
performer.
were 6 years old that inspired you
See,
so much?
I don't know, but one of the things that I remember watching was, I also had a really hard time when I was a kid watching kids on TV or movies because I was like, this is so unfair. Like you wouldn't want to like go to the football games where like kids your age played when you weren't allowed to. It was like I could not. I'd be like, oh my god, this is like I could go home and like I could go cry. Why am I watching people do the thing that I'm supposed to be doing that I'm not allowed to do? It was like it's such a tease.
Yeah.
I really loved The Parent Trap with Lindsay Lohan.
I recall.
I don't know if that like inspired my career per se, but I saw that when I was like 6 or 7, and I was like, oh. I also really wanted to at that point be a redheaded twin, and obviously can never be a twin. And I guess I could dye my hair, but it's not really good with my like.
Never say
skin
never.
color.
Technology could get you.
Oh.
You could be take.
Okay, I'll keep it on the
A
goal
clone
list.
is different
then.
than a twin. Gotta be red hair though.
Yeah. I mean, I could dye my hair, but I don't think that would for me. It's
Science
not.
will take care of the hair too when they have
And
the technology.
the eyebrows and yeah. We'll see. I guess in the future, who knows?
We'll see.
Yeah, I really loved that movie, everything about it. And then, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I grew up, I guess, like watching TV, but I don't think like excessive amounts. And I was just like, but again, it made me so sad because I was like, wait, should be me. Why am I watching kids do the things that I'm supposed to do? Like, that's not fair.
Yeah, that's somebody. I don't know. That's an interesting take because most kids just love to watch TV and get caught up in watching TV. Most people don't think
like jealousy.
Yeah, to the point where it's like, I should be there instead
I would like
of you.
I'd be like crying. I'd be like, I can't.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of crying nights, but I mean that sounds so dramatic considering that like first world
If you
problems.
can't do something that you want to do, like
It's hard. It's really hard.
yeah, I mean it's all relative. Everybody
Yeah.
cries for different things.
Right.
And we'll tell somebody else, yo, you shouldn't cry for that. That's not worthy of crying.
True. That's true.
Who are you to tell me
Right,
what
I mean-
I can cry about?
And it's the same notion, I guess. It's like, why are you crying? I don't have what I want, or I'm not getting what I want, or I'm not, being treated the way that I want to.
Yeah.
It's all this. I mean, whether
Your
there's
parents are gonna love this.
Oh my god, I like will not tell them that I'm doing this.
Yeah,
but also,
I'm gonna tell them.
My mom will be like not surprised. She'll be like, oh yeah, well, yep.
What did they do?
My dad is a stock investor person.
Yeah, business.
Yeah. And then my mom was a lawyer and now she is a therapist.
Yeah,
So
they're smart. They're smart people.
They're smart people. They made good choices.
Yeah.
They went to I went to college, but they like cared about real things.
Yeah.
Not that acting is.
They tried.
They tried.
Our
and
parents
they
tried.
succeeded. Yeah. Yeah, and they didn't want me to. I was like, I was a kid being like, can we move to LA? And they were like, no. My mom still is like, I hate LA. And I was like, okay, well, sorry, I'll still be living here.
Did you have siblings?
Yeah, I do. I have a younger sister and an older brother, so I'm the middle. Makes so much sense.
Why is that? Because they didn't get any of this entertainment. Let's move to LA,
yeah,
Gene.
No, my brother, he was always really shy growing up. Now he's less shy, but he's not like, he couldn't like have this interview podcast thing right now at all. Very nice person. He was into like sports and then went to school for business. That's him. And then my sister, I would be like, oh, we have to like come do this play with me, or like let's put on a show. And she was like into it enough to like be like, oh, that's fun to do together. But she was never like, oh, and then like then I'll be an actor one day.
She didn't have she's not.
And I think people, it's like, it's just funny because people are like, oh, acting's fun. Like, maybe I should, like, do that as a career. And it's like, no, like, it takes a lot more than just, like, that could be a good, no. Like, you have to, like, oh, Lord, you have to care too much.
Yeah.
Give up everything.
Oh, man.
I know. But
shit's getting real in here.
Oh, it's just, real from the start.
So eventually you said you left high school, you graduated.
Yeah, I went to school for acting.
At where did
you? At
you?
NYU.
Nice.
Yeah. I didn't want to go to school, and my mom was like, oh, you will go to school. And then I was like, okay, fine. So
acting
I was
school.
like, and I'll be going to acting school, exactly, like you'll pay for my BFA, which so I moved to New York. I loved New York. And then I graduated and I was like, I guess I'll live the rest of my life here. I was there for like a year and a half. I was doing sexual education.
Whoa.
Sorry, not sexual. Let's just say sex education musicals.
Sexual education.
Sexual that sounds not like what I was doing.
Oh,
sex education. Better. Yeah. Sex education musicals for middle schoolers and high schoolers. Like I would go to their schools and perform these musicals with a whole troupe. And so I was doing that in New York and like auditioning, but like not having much luck, I would say. And then I got this manager who was based in LA, and he was like, oh, you should try LA for pilot season or come out. And I was like,
you were only pursuing acting at this. You weren't doing stand-up. Were you doing stand-up
I started stand-up like right when this was happening, when I got this manager, and he was like, you should go to LA. And then I guess I started stand-up then. So like pretty much right before I moved here. And I came to LA being like, okay, fine, I guess I'll just like see what it's like for like a hot minute, and I'm not gonna like live there. Like no, I'm never gonna live there.
So when you came here, you were just visiting?
So I was like, oh, I took off work and I was like, I'll do 2 months in an Airbnb and see what it's like and see if I can get anything and live off savings.
Before that, I want to know what was your when you said you're doing stand-up in New York. What was like the early material what were you kind of going on stage and talking about and doing?
Basically I started the way I got into it was so random. I mean, I've always done live performance. Like I've done theater and musical theater like my whole life. And improv and sketch stuff. So like it wasn't like, wow, what's stand up? I'll try that. I remember being in like third grade. My dad was like, you have to do stand up. And I was like, I don't even know what that is.
I thought your parents didn't want you to get you an
No, my dad was like have fun. Yay, whatever. But he wasn't like, I'll get you an agent. Yeah. He was just like kind of there.
This was when you were how old?
Oh, like third grade. He was like, you have to do stand up. And I was like, I don't know what that is. He's like, take a class. I was like, I am 8. Like, I don't think that's an option.
Mixed messages from your parents.
Totally. Like, yeah. So then I think I was just always like, oh, I should like do this one day. I should do this. And then I was in this comedy class that was like, anyone, like bring any material you want every week. It could be stand-up. It could be a film. It could be a script, like whatever. And I was like, oh, like, I guess I'll try bringing in some stand-up stuff. And what I did was I used to post like Facebook statuses and Twitter statuses all the time, like one-liners. And I got a lot of people being like, oh my God, this is so funny. Oh my God, I like just showed this to all my friends. Oh my God, this is the best thing I've ever heard. Like, this is me, whatever, all those things. And people would be like, yeah. And people would be like, oh my God, you have to do stand up. And I was like, okay, like still don't know what that is. Like, how do I do that? I don't know what that is. And I just kind of like went back into my like all my one-liner jokes and like put it together into like a thing. and like kind of connected them and filled it in with more material about each of those jokes. But like it's just so much easier than looking at a blank page, looking at like line. It's like when you're starting to like write an essay for class and you're like, oh, like I can't. But once you have like a sentence, you're like, wait, I can.
Right. Yep. Getting started is the hardest thing.
Exactly. So I was like, I have like 10 one-liners. If I just like put more like meat on the bones, I could have 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I don't know. And I just kind of started doing that. And then I took that class, and it was like classes. So that's like not what it was. It was like, they called it a lab. It was like, bring in your material, whatever you want to bring in. And I was like, okay. And then
a lab, a group, a class, feedback. A place to get feedback and share
feedback. Exactly. It was perfect. I mean, that's exactly what I needed. And then I signed up for this like new talent night at Gotham Comedy Club. This was truly like weeks before I was leaving for LA, and
I already had planned to leave for LA.
Yeah. And I like signed up, and it was this like contest, whatever. And I remember I was like, I'd never done stand up before. And I got there, and all the comics gathered up, and it was like clearly people had done stand up before. I thought it was like, oh, we're all gonna whatever. And then they were like, so everyone, yeah, they're gonna light you at, 6 minutes. The light will be up there. So great. Okay, cool. Everyone good. And I was like, I like didn't even know what a light was. Like I was like, what is that? Like I don't know what he's talking about.
The warning that tells you when you have a minute left, 2 minutes, whatever the case may be.
Yes, yeah. It tells you like when you have to get off stage soon. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know. Like it was just unreal. It was like being, on a football team, and they're
fish
like
out of water.
The 9-yard line or whatever. And you're like, what's 9 yards? Yeah, fish out of water. I was like, what the hell? And somebody was like, oh, it's like, so they'll light you, and that means like you have to wrap it up. Somebody explained it to me. I was like, okay, cool. And then I did that, and I won 3rd place.
Out of how many people?
Out of 15 maybe.
Okay, that's
it was like a thing. Yeah,
place out of 5.
It was also like
no, I'm joking.
It was also like my first time ever.
Yeah,
so I was like, oh wow, like that's cool, and it felt really good. I mean, it just felt so like people were like, wow, like how did you like you've never done this before? And I was like, but I've been on stage like my whole life.
You wrote jokes.
Yep, I wrote jokes. I know how to talk in front of people. I know how to like be myself.
Right.
I guess it just kind of like didn't feel like that big of a deal. Then I came to LA at my week 1. I was like, oh no, this is not for me. Like why did I leave? What am I doing?
Why did you want to leave? Did you walk into a comedy club and be like, feel pressure or something?
No, I just felt like it just felt like I wasn't at home. Like I was like, New York is like my home. This isn't my home. Like, what am I doing? Or like, I didn't really know how to navigate the world here, because it takes time, moving anywhere.
You've only, at this point in your life, you had only lived in Northern California
and New York City.
And NYU.
Yeah.
In New York City.
Yeah. And then I kind of started to like, I pulled any connection that I had to anyone, like friends, those type of things. And I was like, oh wait, like, I don't know. It just like seemed to like people wanted to like listen to you when you talked, which they don't always in New York when you're like 22, and
sure,
people cared. And I got like, my roommate's friend's mom had like a connection to some like, I had like a general, and I was like, oh, I didn't have any like a general audition where you meet like a casting person, just generally. And I was like, wow, I never had a meeting like that in New York. And then just like, and they just talk to you like, oh, like, yeah, you're not famous now, but like, we don't know what your future is. Whereas in New York, they're like, oh, you haven't been on Broadway and you're 21. Like, wow, good luck. And you're like, oh, okay, wait, I'm 21. I haven't even graduated. Okay. Like, it's just, I feel like it's such a different world.
Sure.
And I was like, wow, this like really makes sense. Like, it just felt like, I think I'm supposed to be here. And then I went back to New York to like, I'm going to pack up my stuff and I'm going to move to LA. And I went back, and I was like, I'm going to go back for 2 months, finish out the school year with my babysitting, my performing in the schools, all those jobs and stuff.
So you were still part of NYU?
No, I had already graduated.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like a year out of school, or I guess almost 2 years out of school. And so I went back to New York, and I was like, oh my God, wait, I love New York. Like, I don't want to leave. I know. I was like, I love the subway. And I was like, whoa. No, I don't. I do not love the subway. Like, no, it's fine. There was a reason that I went to LA, and I went, I need to be here. I'm going to go. I don't care if I'm sad. Get over it. Shut the fuck up. Whatever. You're fine. And then I was
What's it like to be your inner monologue?
It's like a biatch sometimes. It's like that person. It's like, okay, calm down. No, stop. No, Ah-vra, you will not do that. You will be, nope. It's like, I don't know if that's
No, that's a good, I got you.
good. Yeah. A little bit harsh, but stays on track. Very focused.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. But also like 10 people are up there.
Oh, all
but
right.
like not in a weird way.
I'm
Okay.
only going to interview maybe
grave.
3 or 4 of them today.
That's
I don't know
fine.
if we're going to have to bring you back.
I think we've seen like 2.
Yeah, we'll bring
mostly
you
one.
back for the rest of your
Right,
personalities.
right. Call me in a few years, it'll be like 30 people. Yeah, and I was like, I have to go back there. Why did I feel like when I was in LA that I have to be in LA? I don't know, but I have to be there. So I'm going to trust that. Oh my God, it's all the things. I mean, now I get it because I live here and I'm like, this is the best. But so I moved and I like every single day since I've been here. It's not like I'm like, oh my God, my life's the best. Like, get out. It's so good. But it feels like that was the best choice I've ever made. It's like,
you got to appreciate LA for what it is. You got to appreciate it and you got to be nice to LA. Be nice to her.
Yeah.
And maybe she'll be nice to you.
Oh my God. I'm like, honey, please, I'll do whatever. You know?
Oh, no.
I'm very giving to LA. Yeah. So it's been good for me.
So what happened when you, shortly after you came back to LA? What were you working on? I do have your information here. I want to get on my timelines.
Sure. So I moved here and I was like, I started like doing more like open mic, stand up, and shows when I could. I did like, bringer shows at first, and then I like kind of made my way into like having more like relationships with other comedians and with the world and whatever. And I started my own show with a friend of mine that we're still doing today. It's been a long time, and now we have a TV development deal with a production company.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So, thank you. That's
Is that the dating app
all my single
online?
friends.
What is that all about?
Yeah. So it is half comedy show and half singles event. So we have really great comedians, but we also have the opportunity for people to come. We call it also like half live dating app. People come and meet other singles, and we have a variety of things we do with them, not in a weird, creepy way. But
and you're making fun of them?
No, I mean, no? I no, like more like I try and put them in the best light on stage, where like I'm interviewing them, but I'm like, look how amazing you are. Let's show all your amazingness on stage, so that like people off stage are like, oh, that's a great person. And they're seeing the full person and not just what like a dating app will show, which is like some.
So it's like you're seeing a live profile of someone.
Yeah, almost like that. Yeah. So the audience will submit questions at the beginning of the show that they want to hear asked to single people, and then we will pick single people out of a jar if you've put your name in the jar, which people don't have to because some people don't want to do that. And we will interview single people on stage.
It sounds pretty entertaining.
It's very fun. Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
And who would you say are some of your, as far as stand-up, are your influences? Because I know you mentioned, of course, Kristen Wiig. Where does she fit into your...
She fits into my like SNL actor, writer, kind of inspirational people, I guess.
When
like
did you
with
first...
Amy Poehler, Tina Fey.
Yeah, you were...
I was an SNL
that's your hardcore, that's your era. That's your era. That's your golden era?
Yeah.
Everyone has a golden era, I think.
Know. It's so funny. Somebody else was talking about that the other day. Yeah. In high school, I started watching SNL, and I watched a lot of reruns too, but not of long ago, more of, the recenter, that's not a word.
More recent.
More recent, like
words.
Definitely 2000s. Rachel Dratch was one of them. Yeah, it was like Tina, Amy, Kristen, Rachel Dratch, Maya Rudolph. Those were like...
I recall.
Those were my SNL ladies that I was like, oh, wow, like that looks amazing. I want to do that. That makes me laugh. Kristen Wiig, I mean, all the sketches that she's on, all the, characters that she would repeat. I was like, oh my God, yes. I also watched the movie Superstar in 4th grade.
I watched that somewhat recently, or I think I tried to.
Oh, yeah. It's, really interesting. I watched it in 4th grade at a sleepover, at like a friend's sleepover. Like, I guess her family was watching that, and she's like, we're gonna watch. Remember, it was PG-13, and I was like, oh my God, I probably, like, should I call my mom? And
Who are you?
My mom would not have cared, but I had like a guilt problem for like a good 5 years, like really bad guilt, and I was like, I have to ask. And I like called my mom, was like, yeah, it's fine. Like, and I watched that movie, and that is not an appropriate movie for like a 4th grade any gender person or non-gender, whatever, but that is not an appropriate movie. And yet I remember being like something about this, I was like, this is really good. There's something about this I really like, I'm really, captivated by. And I remember after the sleepover, like the next morning, I was like, let's watch that again. And then we watched it like 3 more times. And I was like, it wasn't even like I was like, wow, like I'm going to go recommend this, or wow, like I'm laughing so hard. I was just remember being like, this, like, yes, this. Like,
Yeah.
I was just into it.
Yeah, it's amazing when you're a kid, just certain things appeal to you, and then you like them either more in life or just something about them.
And it makes sense now why I did, but like at the time, it's like, no, I should not like a very inappropriate, like, wild movie.
Even if you don't understand everything that's going on, you could tell that the people are being silly.
Yeah,
you can tell when people are being silly, even if you don't understand every detail of what they're talking about. Was Kristen Wiig, to go back to Kristen, was she your favorite? So she was your favorite SNL cast member, you would say?
Yeah. I mean, I just thought, like, I remember when I watched the surprise party one that she's in, the SNL sketch. God, is it called Surprise Party or just Surprise? I don't know. Where she, like, plays, they're having a surprise party and she's like, they're like, okay, like, we can't freak out. Like, we all gotta chill. And she's like, freaks out. And I just remember watching that and being like, I don't laugh out loud a ton, but I was like, could not even contain it. And like, I watched it with my friend and I was like, wait, we have to rewind and watch that all over again, like right away. And we watched it like 3 times and I was like, this is like, what is this? I must like be a part of this.
I did a lot of the same stuff, I feel like, when I was in high school, but rewinding Chris Farley and David Spade, even, those were on Comedy Central reruns at the same time, like Will Ferrell and his era.
Yeah.
Was Chris Kattan and Daryl Hammond.
And,
well, Molly Shannon.
Molly Shannon was like on the edge for me. Like she was too.
Yeah, some of them were on there for quite a while.
Totally.
But Kristen Wiig is someone who I feel like, even like Will Ferrell, I think we talked about this already, how just seeing her face before she even says a word, like makes me laugh.
Yeah, like just she
in anticipation of what is about to come out of her mouth or what she's about to do.
Or like just her like really being the character.
Mannerisms.
Yeah.
Just really, you can see how she really commits to.
Yeah. Totally.
It's funny because I remember seeing, I don't know if you remember this, but she was, I think, in the movie The Martian, which is a pretty.
Okay. I don't know.
Was it the Matt Damon movie, I think? But she played like a serious character, and when she came on screen for the first time, maybe a third or halfway through the movie, I started to crack up and smile when they showed like her face and like close up or whatever for the first time. I'm like, she about to be funny? What is this? So so I don't know. I guess that's a good thing. Or that's a compliment, and it's like I'm like,
no, totally.
I'm not saying I can't take you serious as a dramatic actor. I was just caught off guard. I was just
I feel like when I
associate that face with like, okay, what's about to happen next? I know,
like this is gonna be good. Like she's gonna be weird. Like can't wait.
And she just said some like scientific jargon. I'm like, what?
Yeah, no, you're not. You can't. Yeah, that's not you.
I'm like, is that supposed to be funny? Or
yeah,
no?
right. Yeah. No, I thought she was so great. I really like so admire her, but I feel like a big difference is like when I see her like doing interviews and stuff, she's like a normal person, which is fine and great and good. We need those people, and I feel like like people would be like, "Wow, and you're still crazy," and even though you're not like
no, you're more real. I'm not saying she's not real, but you know.
Yeah, I show all the colors, I guess.
Yeah, that's okay.
The inside is on the outside.
I know I can be a little bit of the same way sometimes for sure. Yeah,
that's fine. That's good.
I think so. But what about Bridesmaids or some of other Kristen Wiig's work?
Bridesmaids again, like it's really there's a few movies and like TV moments where I remember like again I don't really laugh out loud, but where it's like like Bridesmaids I thought was just like hysterical, could not handle myself. I also thought that about the most incredible movie that I thought when I was a younger person, She's the Man, starring Amanda Bynes. Amanda Bynes to me when I was like a kid and like early teens, I was like, this girl is ingenious. Like I thought Amanda Bynes was like the best. I mean, I think she's like incredible. I mean, obviously her life is really different now and she's did not go down maybe the best path and mental illness, sorry for her. But wow, when she was a kid, I mean, so good. Wow. That's a movie I remember laughing out loud. But Bridesmaids, I was like, this is like incredible. Like so good. Yeah. Yeah,
no, that was
Did you like that?
I did. That was like I'm trying to think of what the word, not a turning point, that's not the right word, but like not hallmark. What's the right word? I don't know what I'm looking for.
Like crucial.
Yeah, for women in comedy in terms of like, women could poop and fart too.
Yeah.
Groundbreaking.
Yeah.
There you go.
And also it's like the five, like, whatever, that movie starred all women and it was really successful and like everyone cares and it was good. Whereas they used to be like, oh, well, like women can't sell the box office. It's like, yeah, they can.
It's funny because I remember like seeing some of the gross out scenes and one particular one comes to mind and I'm like, oh, this movie's funny. They didn't need to do that. They didn't need to prove it. You didn't need to prove anything to me. It's all good. You need to have this gross scene.
Yeah.
But I still remember it. I still remember like some of those moments. So it's like, oh, maybe.
Right. I mean, that's the scene we're talking about.
Right. So
it was effective at something.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I love that movie.
Yeah.
A lot.
Bodily functions.
Yeah.
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 People of any gender can be funny.
Right.
And
I also felt like when I saw like influential things, the show Broad City, when I saw that, I was like, oh wow, like I know that people like that exist and I've never seen those characters on TV. And it was just like so eye-opening that like it wasn't like this show is about like girl. It was like, oh, the show's about like really like not normal people, but like the people that like I was like that was the first time I like saw like maybe myself on TV where I was like, oh yeah, that's how people are. Like, thank God.
Authenticity.
Like, yeah.
There's more, I guess because there's more opportunity to create with like Netflix and Amazon and everyone has a phone and
like taking
maybe,
a
I don't
chance
know if that's, I don't know if that's just LA or what, but like,
I know.
Like people are able to express themselves and be more specific to who they are. And get away from stereotypes.
Yeah, and like maybe people are like taking a chance on more sort of like diverse stories and types of people or whatever, and giving more voices a chance, I guess.
But even in like showing or showcasing like marginalized people from society or less shown people, people who are less shown. I think that's more universally appealing in some way because it's like people being themselves. There's more
right. And like, do I need to watch what I see every day in real life? No, that's why you like go to the movies, go to the theaters. You're like, oh wait, they're like, I didn't know people were like that, or like I don't know stories like that. I don't know anyone like that. That's also interesting too. Yeah. It takes all kinds.
I hear you. Well, what about you? What stuff are you working on these days?
I'm doing stand-up still. And then acting when it comes up. I had a recurring role in a show that just came out on Stars this past spring. So that was exciting. That was my first like big TV thing. Yeah, that was cool. And then kind of just always awaiting the next, and then
Did you open for Tim Allen?
Yes, I just opened for Tim Allen.
Yeah, tell me about that.
That was really exciting. Yeah, he was like, I mean, so good. So like, so nice when I like got off stage and he was like, and give it up one more time. And I was like, oh, you did not have to do that. Also, he pronounced my name correctly, which is shocking every time it happens. But especially like, I met him 10 minutes before. How was he going to remember my name? But he did. That was so exciting. I mean, what a great audience, Laugh Factory, sold out, whatever. And people that were so pumped to see him. So it's like whoever comes out first, they're just like, okay, sure. Because like, we're happy to be here.
Yeah, they're in a good mood. And then,
no one's just there like, oh, I guess we'll see a show tonight. Like people came out for Tim Allen. And so they're like there to watch
They're ready to laugh.
Yeah, they're ready to laugh. So yeah, I mean, that was just like to be able to be in front of an audience like that.
And you made them laugh?
Oh yeah, totally.
And what is that? What does it feel like to be on stage making people laugh?
Wow, like the best. So it just is so fun.
Yeah, it's intoxicating. It's addicting.
It's intoxicating. Yeah, I love to just be able to, like, even just talking to like a big group of people, performing, saying funny things, being relatable to people, connecting with people. Yeah, I just love it. That's the rest of my life.
What about when you don't make people laugh or something doesn't work? You've never had that experience?
I've definitely had that experience. Less ideal, but like you kind of just have to be like, okay, well, the next one will be better. And it's just so crazy that you could do like the same joke for like 10 different audiences and people are like, that's the best thing I've ever seen. And then like one audience for any number of reasons like doesn't laugh. And it's like, it's not like, oh, now I take out that joke from my set. It's like, no, that's being like, now I quit. It's like, no, not like now the next audience won't probably react that way, or these people were
Yeah,
asleep.
so you just that's why you have to do, I guess, so many shows and so many.
And also like some audiences are just like truly like bad. Like, is the audience 7:30 p.m. on a Saturday going to be good as like 11:30 on a Tuesday? No, like, you know, that's.
Well, you can't blame the audience.
I can't, but
you can be realistic.
But I can be like, that 11:30 audience maybe was not as loud. I don't blame them, but I'm like, that wasn't a response to my material. It was just like, that material has succeeded at the 7:30, so I'll just, hopefully the next show will be 7:30.
Yeah, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So if 9 out of 10 like it, you know, that's
right. Then keep going. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
What's the worst you've ever bombed? What's like do you have any nightmare comedy stage stories? Tomatoes?
I don't know. No, because it's like people are like, "Oh, do you get heckled?" And I was like, no, I think people are more just like more silent. I've never had someone be like, "You suck," or like, "Get off the stage."
Yeah.
You know, like classic, like shitty, mean people. I've never had to deal with that. So no, it's really just, I guess, like silence or like no energy or like that face of like, "I don't want to be here, I'm falling asleep." And when you can see them, like when the lights are weird and you can like see the full audience, and it's like people that are like, people on this podcast can't see me, but like just like don't want to be there.
Indifference.
It's just so like not fun. Like you're just like, okay, well that was. But again, you just have to leave being like, yeah, that was just a night where for 10 minutes I did something not enjoyable, and like tomorrow my night won't be like that.
Yeah,
and it's fun.
You sound pretty positive.
Yeah, I guess it's just like, well, because like, what are you gonna do? Like, if everyone just quit every time they like had a bad show, like we would not have comedians. Yeah, like we just couldn't have
then
them.
Who would I talk to on my podcast?
Yeah, and then
I would talk to serious.
No one would laugh ever, and it's a sad world.
It's funny. It reminds me of this. I don't even remember who it was, but it was someone recently, a comedian and a performer, saying that they were on stage and she was. I don't even remember who it was, but an audience member yelled something like, "You suck! Give this up, or you're no good." And then the person who was on stage felt really bad about it, and then found out later the guy was yelling at a basketball game on television, saying, "You suck," because like his team was losing or something. Oh my God. And he thought it was about herself.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. And that changes everything.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just blame everything on sports.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. I guess just stay true. That's cheesy, but you know, I don't know.
What about the role on the Stars? The Stars.
Yeah.
What's it like being on set with pros and?
Yeah, everyone was like really nice. It did not feel different from doing like a low budget commercial. Like it was just, I mean, yeah, it's cool to have like a trailer and like fancier food and I don't know, more people on set.
Organic granola bars.
Yeah. More people, like, you know, it was like kind of a thing when I remember I dropped like my hanger, like my clothing hanger or something, and I bent down to get it, and they're like, "Oh, no, we will get that for you."
Whoa.
And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Shit.
But I was like,
I made it.
Yeah, but it also like didn't make me feel like cool. Like I wasn't like, "Oh, this is what I need every time." I was just like, "Oh, okay. Oh, wow, fascinating. I guess this is how this goes." But
and then they came back and hangers were all over the floor.
No, yeah. Yeah, but no, like I've had such great experiences with like getting paid less and working with not fancy fame people. Like, so I don't know. I love being on set. Like, as long as the thing is good or my role is good or I'm getting to like do something fun and I'm not being treated like trash. Obviously, like I like. Oh gosh, I want to like. I wish I could be on set every day.
Do you ever get starstruck? Did you ever or anything like that? Have you met Kristen Wiig?
No.
I should ask. You have not met her.
I have not. I would really love to. I haven't even like ever like passed by her at anything.
But you don't seem like the type who gets starstruck. I mean, obviously you met Tim Allen and
yeah, no, I guess cool. I don't. Like, I'm excited, but it's not one of those things where I would like meet someone and be like, hi, like, you know, like.
Yeah, you're excited, but you don't
It doesn't. Yeah, I definitely don't fangirl.
Fangirl.
No. Yeah, fangirl. I'm definitely not a fangirl type. I also don't like. I don't follow like the trades. I don't follow people on Instagram because it's just like I don't really care. I just like want to act and like hopefully I'll get to, like,
you're all about the craft, the performing, you're about the job. You don't care about like the
I want to like work with those people, not like have a gush sesh with them. Like I'm like, oh wow, like you're so great. I hope one day we can like do great things in the world.
Yeah.
Hire me.
What would you say to Kristen Wiig if you just saw her in passing on the street and had a chance to have
I would like, I mean, I like,
that's the first part of the question.
In New York, when I lived in New York, I would see famous people like at least once a week, just because like they are in a different way. It's like they could be on the subway, they could be at the coffee shop with the window all open, you know, like right on the street. Totally. Trader Joe's. Yep. And I don't really think I ever like said anything to anyone, but I think if I pass someone like Kristen Wiig, I might just be like, oh my God, like you are incredible. Like, thank you for being amazing.
That's good. That works.
I wouldn't like, there's not that much like, I don't know. Besides that, I guess.
And what about if you are able to have like lunch with her, like grab a drink with her or something like that?
I would ask her for life advice and career advice.
Yeah, you would just have a deep conversation.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be like, how can I learn from you? Tell me.
Tell me your secrets.
Hire me, help me, tell me, do it.
No, you don't want to open with that.
No.
That's all implied, actually, I assume. I'm learning that in this business.
I think that's what our lunch. I don't think she'd be like, so I bet you don't want to hear about me, and I think she would. Yeah, be helpful. Nice. Hopefully, don't know her.
I'm learning all these things. It's not about asking for a job. It's about, can I pick your brain? I would love to connect with you.
I know. Connect.
Yeah. Let's grab coffee sometime.
Let's chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though one person's fancy schmancy.
Yeah. Just don't ask for a job or help directly. I mean, you can when the time is appropriate.
Yeah. Right. Or like, right. Sometimes it's just about like, okay, glad we've met, and then down the road.
Right.
That's because then you already have a relationship of some kind.
Right.
It's not all based on like, nice to meet you. So I gotta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. I'm learning. We're learning.
Yeah, we're learning. We're learning.
That's right.
One day the tables will change something.
Well, cool. I think we covered a lot in a very short time.
Yes.
Because you talk quite rapidly, I've
so
noticed.
fast.
Yeah, and I think you're probably the fastest talker I've interviewed so far.
Wow.
And I've gotten comments from people, my mom, saying too that I need to slow down myself.
That's so
funny. Now, like, talking to you, I feel like I'm fucking...
You're like...
the turtle over here.
I hope I didn't talk too fast for everyone to listen.
Not for me.
Okay, good.
People can always do the thing on the phone where you can listen to the thing at half speed.
Yes, everyone, there's a way to do that.
When I start talking, they'll speed it up. When you respond to the question,
That's funny.
They could slow it down.
Yeah. Great.
Cool. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing. I want to see this live show that you do.
Come out next time.
They got a full bar over there or what?
Totally.
Oh, really?
And free tequila shots always.
Where is it?
It's in East Hollywood at the Copper Still. It's a bar/event space.
Nice. And so why don't...
it is.
Perfect segue.
All my single friends. It is in Los Angeles in East Hollywood at the Copper Still. It is every third Thursday of the month, unless it's like Christmas or Thanksgiving or something. And you don't have to be single. If you are single, there's nothing weird, embarrassing, confusing, forceful that happens. So do not worry. And did I say all the details? Follow our Instagram is the best place at All My Single Friends.
Is it filmed or is it taped?
It has been filmed a few times, but it's for the sizzle reel TV stuff purposes.
Got you.
And so hopefully you will see All My Single Friends on TV sometimes. Yeah, that's the goal.
And what about you can the floor is yours as far as if you want to update us on any other projects or how to follow you and upcoming shows.
Yeah, sure. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Avra Friedman. It's AVRA, and Friedman is spelled like fried man, FRIEDMAN.
If you call her Avra, she will kill you.
I will honestly just respond and pretend that's my name, which is maybe worse than correcting you.
I almost said Avra and I was almost get smacked in the head with her.
No, never.
Purse.
I only corrected you because like we're about to do the podcast, so I felt like
I wanted to make sure.
No, and that's good because a lot of people would be, well, what's weird is I go, oh, it's Avra, like avocado. And then they're like, that's so funny. That's great. And then I had a woman the other day and she's like, so avocado. And I was like,
Avra?
I was like, do you say avocado? Do you really say that?
Avocado.
No, you don't. That's wrong. That's incorrect. So Avra, like avocado, not avocado or whatever.
Tim Allen got it right.
He got it right. So you can get it right.
Yeah.
anyone can get it right. Yeah.
Cool. I think we covered it all.
Yay.
I appreciate your time and look forward to more shows, more content, more everything.
Sounds good.
Take a breath.
Okay.
Talk soon.
Okay.
So there you have it. My interview with Avra Friedman. We covered it all. New York, LA, comedy, Kristen Wiig, sex education musicals. For real, I thank Avra for her time and truly look forward to seeing more comedy and more from her moving forward. Yo, that wacky girl is going places. Anyway, you can find me and everything about this show at peoplewelovepodcast.com. That's peoplewelovepodcast.com. And yeah, that's about all I got for today. So y'all have a nice rest of your day or night, and peace.